Hi, welcome back. This is the second video, or I will say the part 2, wherein we are extending the on-premise file share using Azure File Sync. So now we will set up the Azure File Sync in the Azure portal. So I would need storage account to store the file share, and I will need a file share in the cloud version of the normal on-premise file share. It will store all the files in folders. We control the size of the file share by specifying a quota size. Then I will deploy storage sync service, which is responsible for establishing trust between the company's server and Azure. Then I will deploy sync group, which must contain one cloud endpoint that represents an Azure file share and one or more server endpoints that map to path on a registered Windows file server. So let me just quickly log on to the portal and create these resources. Okay, I'm logged on to the portal. I will click on create a resource. I will do storage account. I will do click create. Okay, so my resource group would be the one that I used earlier. Storage account name, you can do extend cat files. Alright, token, I'll do Azure extend file, East US, V2RAGRS, review create, click create. It's initializing the deployment. As soon as it is done, I'm going to create a file share in this storage account. Hit go to resource, and under this I will go to file shares. I will create a file share. Azure cat file share. Quota I'll specify as 1 GB. Create. File share is also done. I'm going to go click on home, click on create a resource. I will do Azure file sync. You would see this. You will click on create. And you will select the same resource group. You will give it a name. So cat service. Wonderful. You can go for East US. Tags, no. Create. We created storage account, we created a file share, now we are deploying the Azure file sync. After that, I will create a sync group. It's initializing the deployment. Let me pause the video and come back. All right. So this storage sync service has been created. Now I will create a sync group. So under sync, I go to sync groups. I'll click on add a sync group. I will make it cat files. Storage account. File share, create. All right. Now we will set up Azure File Sync on Windows Server. Azure configuration is done. Now I will go to, so now Azure File Sync has a sync agent for all the supported versions of Windows Server. The agent completes the setup of the trust relationship between the on-premise Windows Server computer and the Azure Storage Sync service. Now we have successfully done the Azure resources setup. Now we are going to prepare the Windows File Server to deploy the required Azure File Sync components. So I am connected to my server. I will first of all disable the IE enhanced setting. I'll do OK. Now we'll install the File Sync agent from the Microsoft Download Center. Now I will try to close this IE. I don't know why I'm not able to do that. Do it from here. Okay, I'm going to launch it again. And paste the link here to download the Azure File Sync agent. I'll click on download. And I will do WinVer 2019. Okay, next. Always allow. Open, run. So this is the license agreement. And now it is installing the agent on this server. Next. Next. Okay. Let's go with the default. Install. It is validating the install. After the I've accepted all the defaults in the wizard to complete the installation. After that, I will register the Windows server. This registration would establish the trust between the local server and the storage sync service. Each server can be registered and connected to only one storage sync service at a time. So I will have to run the agent and sign in with my Azure account to register the file server. I'll have to select the subscription resource group and the storage sync service. I'll do finish. It will take some time. Checking for updates. Okay. I'm gonna select the Azure Cloud. Sign in. I will do my ID and the password. Subscription I have pay as you go. This is the service and this is the RG. This is I am registering. It will take some time, few seconds. After that, I will add the server endpoint. Now I will add the server endpoint. To finish the setup of the trust relationship, I will have to go back to the Azure portal and the sync group that was created. So I'll go to my sync service, I'll go to my sync group. So in this I already have a cloud endpoint. Okay, now add its matching server endpoint. Because we have registered the server, we'll add a server endpoint for this cloud endpoint. So my registered server is this. It is showing up because I deployed the agent. Path is it's cloud tiering. We can enable it. Now we have all the Azure resources deployed. We need to register the on-premise Windows server with the sync group. Then we connect to the Windows Server compute and install the file sync agent. We disabled IE on the server. We install the Azure file sync agent. We registered the file sync service. You saw the portal. We add the server endpoints, and in this I will add d:/cat folder because this is the place where my cat files are located. Right, I will keep cloud tiering and offline data transfer to disable. I can enable it as well. And then select create. Now it is matching up the server endpoint for the cloud endpoint. So for the cloud endpoint, I have my cloud share. For the server endpoint, I have my file server on which I install the Azure file sync agent and added that as an endpoint. It is under the state of provisioning. Showing as pending, but if I keep on refreshing it, it will be completed. See the properties here. Okay, this is how you do it. So now if you want to test and troubleshoot Azure file sync, it may be a problem that you will not be able to, you can't mount the Azure file share, or your files in directory are not syncing. So if you want to check the file share sync, to check that the files are replicating, open two File Explorer sessions. Right, so let's say you go here and this is, and you open up Explorer again. This is one Explorer, this is second Explorer. Okay, so let me grab the name of the file share. Right, so this is your map, which is mapped to the Cloud Shell, Azure file extended, right? So you see this here. Now if I open the local share, I do this, do a cat folder, this is a cat folder, and I make a file test and I am test, save it. Now if I minimize it and open up the browser that is mapped to that share, this one, you see the cat folder, test, it is replicated here. So within seconds you will see, within seconds, right? So I have to show you the assignment. So this is the remote, this is the local. If I delete this and refresh, see, the file got deleted from this location. If I do new, open the file, test2, I am test2, save, you see the test2 automatically on the remote location. I am test. Alright. And you can view server health and metrics from storage for storage sync service. You can view server health, you can register server health. If you can check if that is online or not, you can mention the server endpoint health. You can check the metrics. You can use Azure Monitor to view, analyze and act on data in a central locations in the portal. You can check Windows event logs as well. And if you want to troubleshoot Azure File Sync, you can find the connection details. I'll make another video. So let's end this. So now you see the scenarios and the deployment procedure, how we configure the Azure File Sync, and what all deployments are needed on the Azure side, on the on-prem side. I hope this was informative for all of you guys. If you have any further queries, please mention them in the comment section. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you. Have a good day.